All right, guys, let's continue from where we stopped. Last period, we did empirical formula, and today we're going to look at the molecular formula, which is the extension of empirical formula. Let's go.
A molecular formula is a whole number multiple of the simplest chemical formula, or a molecular formula is a whole multiple of the empirical formula. The empirical formula mass can be calculated from the empirical formula. Multiple is equal to molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Example: the mass composition of lindane is 24.78% C, 2.08% H, and 73.14% Cl. The molar mass of lindane is 290.85 grams per mole. Determine the molecular formula.
All right. At this point, I want to interject here to tell you that this formula here is my thing. Now, this formula here, this one represents the molar mass, which is given as 290.85. But the empirical formula mass is what we have to get, which is not given. So that means the first step is to find the empirical formula. Then you calculate the mass. So the mass will go underneath here. And then whatever ratio you have, whatever answer you get, which is going to be a whole number, will be the subscript outside the empirical formula uh, that you decide you got finally. So in other words, your molecular formula equals to molar mass over empirical formula mass, which is the mass of the empirical formula. Okay. So after you've gotten that, your molecular formula is going to be now the empirical formula that you got in parentheses times n, where your n is the answer to this. So if your n is 5, then your empirical formula, whatever empirical formula you get, will be in the empirical formula parentheses, then multiply by 5. That will give you your molecular formula at the end of it. So let's go through this together.
Element C, mass 24.78, molar mass 12.0, moles 24.78, divided by 12.0 is equal to 2.06. Element H, mass 2.08, molar mass 1.0, moles 2.08 divided by 1.0 is equal to 2.08. Element Cl, mass 73.14, molar mass 35.5, moles 73.14 divided by 35.5 is equal to 2.06. Select the smallest number of moles. Mole ratio 1. Mole ratio 1. Mole ratio 1. Hence, the simplest formula or the empirical formula is CHCl. The empirical formula mass is 12 plus 1 plus 35.5 is equal to 48.5 grams per mole.
All right, remember this is calculated from your periodic table. This 12 is the atomic mass of carbon, 1 is hydrogen, 35.5 is chlorine from this formula that you got.
(290.85 grams per mole divided by 48.5 grams per mole is equal to 6. Hence, the molecular formula is C6H6 Cl6.
Now remember I said this is going to be empirical formula, parenthesis N. So this is your molecular formula. So empirical formula was CHCl and your N was 6. So once you distribute the 6 into the bracket, which is C times 1 times 6, H, because there is only one hydrogen in the empirical formula, times 6, and there is also one chlorine in the empirical formula, and then times 6. That is how you got 6686 Cl6. All right, let's go to the interactive section.
Example: a compound contains 24.27% C, 4.08% H, and 71.65% Cl by mass. The molar mass of the compound is 98.96 grams per mole. Calculate the empirical and molecular formulas for the compound.
So go ahead and solve this problem. I will pause the video for a couple of seconds and then make sure you pause it for a longer time so that I have enough time to solve the problem, find the empirical formula, then find the mass, and go ahead and finish up the rest.
Element C. Mass 24.27. Thus, the empirical formula for the compound is
So calculate the empirical formula mass when you have CH2Cl using your periodic table. That will give you 49.5. So when you divide 98.96 grams per mole divided by 49.5, you should get
hence
the
the
2.
molecular formula for the compound is.
So when you distribute the 2 on CH2Cl, that will give you what? Good. All right, that brings us to end of molecular formula for now. So look out for the next lesson, which you're going to do tomorrow. Have a nice day.